posted. Alright, let's make sure I'm live. I am indeed live. Excellent! Alright, who would like to give the recap for inspiration? Woo!
Yeah, I can do.
Excellent.
We woke up in a weird prison that has terribly awful security. And then we made our way forward, kind of making friends along the way, discovering fantastical visions of divine orbs that needed to be saved. And then when we went to procure some armaments, we got a vision from some sort of angel or goddess or something of the such. We got some questions answered, and then we got awoken back here. All the furries had to go shuffle on down to the basement because the racist police are showing up.
Yeah, basically. Very good. You have achieved your
And by that I
inspiration.
mean the military.
Yeah.
Of Vazia.
It's true. But you have achieved your inspiration. As the soldiers all filter in, lining up upon the various stools and tables, benches within the main yard within the tavern space. At this point in time, they begin clamoring about drinks and foodstuffs. Fairly standard fare that Ein would be used to, and Kyrdren, being a guard within this tavern, used to as well. Though I imagine you would be having some form of hood to keep your face somewhat disguised.
Yep.
Otherwise, fairly standard for the guards. They tend to come around this time of day. The amount of them is a little weird due to the mention of a military parade going on by Ripley, or not Ripley. That's your last name. By Ryan, as you know them. But otherwise, there's not much necessarily going on here. So for those who are downstairs, if you are wanting to do something specific, you are free to do so. For those who are upstairs, if you want to do something specific, you are free to do so. If you are wanting to press on, we can do so as well.
I believe I was cooking an egg.
It's true.
I was hoarding eggs, and at the sound of the door smashing open, I squeaked really loud and ran away, and that's why I'm standing in this corner.
Excellent. All right. And as your cowering within the corner continues, the door swinging finally rests back into the hinges, as you can hear many booted prints from above upon the wooden boards, which eventually take their place. And chattering begins to grow within the tavern. And then demands for food and mead grow louder and louder. Eventually, though, eggs are cooked and are able to be provided as Ryan returns to their masked form as they will make their way up the stairs. This is a token image for them, so I actually did not have this one set to the skies like I did with other people, so I'll have to do that later, but they will head upstairs with mask on.
And as he approaches with mask on, he's like, "This isn't even my final form."
It's true.
Imagine needing an actual disguise and not just polymorphing. Shapeshifting.
Imagine. Imagine. Alright, Ryan would make their way up to the bar, kind of hop up to the stools, they pull it out. I'll look over to you, Ein.
I've got this if you want to head downstairs with the others.
Sure. I could use a change of pace.
And he'll
Thanks, boss.
give a look to Kyrdren.
If you need to spend some time, bit of a break, I understand.
I'll just let me know if you need me. But I'm sure this crowd will be sunshine and rainbows.
As always.
Alright. And as you make your way downstairs, you'd find your companions within the basement of the inn and tavern. Some of their forms cowering within corners. Some of them are cooking eggs. A few are enjoying the atmosphere, kind of exploring the ways within this place, the buildings, shelves what's upon them, the architecture of the walls, just trying to figure out why this is so different from their homeland. That's what they're going to be doing. But for you four, you are now free to do as you will, as you are safe from prying eyes.
Hey, you alright down there?
She will just nod her head.
She seems a skittish one.
Oh, it's been one of those days.
Really? It seems we just woke up.
It's been one of those minutes.
By the way, it is interesting to all wake up at the same time and have a dream together. It's, uncommon, yes?
Oh, remember, we didn't wake up at the same time Ryan woke us up. I mean, yes, we did, but it wasn't like we unnaturally woke up. We woke up to someone going, hey, get the fuck up.
It's true.
Again, I'm not sure that was the topic of point in that sentence.
I was just OOC'ly making sure that you weren't misremembering it.
Well, kind of seems like we have to follow up with what it said.
This is really quiet.
I would
Fix that.
think.
Much better.
She's gonna creep closer. Kind of look at you from behind these barrels.
So you're suggesting we should probably go find that orb?
Maybe not in the immediate time frame. I assume we're gonna have to prepare. One does not simply walk into the wasting lands.
I don't know, sounds like fun.
The
But
wasting
if we
lands
want
are the
to-
sorry.
But if we want to prepare first, I am not opposed.
The wasting lands are in the Badlands, right? Or is that like a separate area?
It would be just like another name for the Dying Lands.
Or the Dying Lands?
Wasting lands, dying lands, bad lands,
All work.
the
great.
not so fun lands.
It's true. They all work.
It's it's where F is for fire that burns down the whole town. And
Yes.
U is for uranium bombs.
Oh.
Either way, if I'm being honest, I really have no idea how to start with this.
Roll
All I
me
Well-
a history check.
Damn book. That's not bad.
Not knowing where to start with this, I mean, that's fair. 100% fair. You do remember, though, having, worked here a bit of time, there is a local arcanist. One, let me go to my NPC lab real quick to go grab their name. One, Xenopalamos. They are a mage of the town. They might have some greater history or knowledge of the lands. They are, as most mages tend to be, fairly reclusive, especially within Vazia, where they tend to view arcane magic somewhat suspiciously and I can't think of the word. It's another S word, but yes,
Superstitiously.
superstitiously. Yes, thank you.
Superstitiously, yeah.
But they would perhaps be able to provide more guidance.
Alright, well, we can go see the Arcanist once this whole affair is blown over and none of us are fearing for our lives.
See, Arcanist, then do what?
Well, we can certainly see the Arcanist, but, yes, we should get, food stuff, too, if we are going out and about into dangerous territory.
Apparently, we're to go save some celestial tied to our souls or something.
That is the long and short of it, yes.
I have to be honest. That should be our. We should probably hold judgment until we talk to someone that actually understands these sorts of things, because I don't know how to do this kind of thing.
Nor do I. I'm just a bartender.
Wanderer, why is everything every one of your characters say sounds like it should come with smile after it?
Yes.
I mean, I can't help it, okay? This is chaotic good smug.
I have a fancy book that I found. Not that I can read it yet. But I'm trying to learn.
I don't know if Devil's gonna say something, but apparently he has to go AFK really quick.
Curses.
Okay.
Most unfortunate.
Well, you. Alright, should we hold off on the RP or just keep going?
I would. We're down 2 people.
Alright. Because well, I was just gonna make a snarky comment anyway, so nothing lost.
You can make snarky comments.
Oh yeah, sure. You have a book? I have a limp and a walking cane.
Perhaps when we
Sorry?
get to the Arcanist, we should stay a while and listen.
I didn't mean to say anything about your leg.
No offense taken.
Well,
I'm
now
merely
it's weird.
saying. Look, I'm merely saying. None of us are prepared for this, so.
Oh, good. I thought someone was holding out on us.
I mean,
Who are you pointing to, Wanderer?
I was gonna do this. I mean, appearances in the city are often deceptive, so you never know. Something or someone had to have, I suppose, caused what we saw.
Hold on. This is the point where I want to wait for Devil.
Yeah,
This is beyond snarky comment.
that is beyond snarky on it. That's why I was going to say
Well,
maybe we should hold back on RP.
While you are waiting for Devil, you would hear some slight raised voices from upstairs. Seems like Ryan is handling it somewhat, but the guards up topside are getting a little rowdy from the sounds of it.
Pardon me.
Hold on. I'll pull up a mask over the bottom of my face and head up.
Excellent.
And we'll just sort of wobble up.
Did you wobble in the dream?
Yes, she has a limp.
I just don't remember it being mentioned, but
After you.
Welcome
oh,
back.
hey, he's back.
Welcome back.
Why, thank you.
And as you make
Alright.
your way upstairs, you can see that some of the guards at this point have walked their way to the bar and are starting to demand drinks. You can see Ryan desperately trying to pour many mugs of ale. The guards are looking surprisingly already sloshed. Like, they haven't been here long. They shouldn't be this sloshed. You think that they have perhaps had some before they even arrived.
A little help. Didn't realize they were day drinking.
Sure. You got it, boss.
Yeah,
Sure.
appreciate it. Right away. We'll get your drinks all covered. Don't worry about it. Just return to your seats and we'll have everything set for you. It better be. We're needing, what was it, 12 mugs for the way. Gotta go do some protections.
Oh.
Of course. Right away. I'll just be right back with those.
Do we have that much mist?
A little bit. I'll have to water it down a bit. Don't worry about that, though.
I said mugs, not
Alright.
cases.
Alright, he'll make his way
You
down.
think they're going to stop? You think they're going to stop at mugs?
Excuse me.
I'll pick up some mugs from the shelf here. Make his way across.
Oh, hello. Don't worry about it. They'll be out soon.
I'll start pouring some mugs upon a tray that he's holding. Or pouring some ale into the mugs, which are upon a tray that he is holding. Nailed it.
He just starts pouring mugs out of the barrel.
Yes!
Bloody gods. Shh. Shh.
156 will kind of look like she wants to offer to help, but she's just far too shy and doesn't know what to say, so she just stands there awkwardly watching him.
Excellent.
Hey, what's your name, by the way?
He'll turn over his shoulder, pointing towards you. His head turning, literally.
Over here now, but I'll answer
Okay,
him.
now I'll do it that way.
It just keeps turning.
My name is 156.
That is, a nice name. 156.
Hey Sage, can you make me a perception check?
Yes, I can. For Ryan, let me go bring up your stat sheet, because you are not tokens macroed. Let's see here. Perception, visual.
Yes.
All right, I have advantage. 11.
Never mind.
Alright, well, you're free to help yourself to some cheese or eggs while you're down here. They should be gone soon, so you should be free to do what you need to do after that. I am sorry about this place. I do what I can to help, though.
She just nods. She looks thankful.
He'll fill up the mugs and begins making his way upstairs. As he is doing that, up top side, roll me a d20 plus proficiency plus charisma, Kyrdren.
You're muted.
It's true.
I can do this.
Aha!
So basically, I can just roll diplomacy,
Essentially, yeah.
or what is it? Persuade. You know what I mean.
It's persuasion, but yeah.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that.
Good choice. Alright,
Well, that's better.
it's true. Well,
Can I try to also help persuade?
This is their
or
disguise.
whatever he's trying to- Okay.
but luckily they're slosh, so they have disadvantage. So their passives are -5. But
Okay.
as you are beginning to serve the drinks and, control the little boisterous crowd, eventually they return to their seats.
Yeah. Just make sure they're here soon. Gonna be out there in like 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, right? Ah, it's 5 minutes.
You know, we should really get you a wig.
I mean, do you have a wig? I always wondered what it looked like as a blonde.
I might have something. Swing by my room later.
Madam, I never. We just met.
Not in that way.
At this
Hey,
point,
come
you
on.
would see
If I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying.
Ryan begin making their way up the steps.
Make his way up steps, walking
Oh.
fast, passing Kyrdren.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright, here's all the mugs. Can you help spread them out?
Sure thing.
I'll hand you guys a bit of a tray upon the tray as he begins making his own way with the main tray.
No.
By the way, fun fact, Sage. The only reason I know what that song is because you and JC wouldn't shut the fuck up about it for once upon a time.
It's true. There you are.
But I had never heard it before, and I don't think I've ever actually heard it.
I've never actually heard the song either. JC started this.
Plonk, plonk.
Alright.
Plonkety plonk.
Bonk, bonk. There's a drink.
Thank you. About time.
I'll stand up from his seat. This one will stand up too, as will these two.
I'll just get out of your way.
I'll take a plop and sit on here. These guys will all stand up.
Alright, won't want to miss this show. Might as well follow along. I hear the boss is gonna get someone. Alright, justice now. Right? I thought that was a different word for that. No, justice is right. Crossing the border is a serious crime. Let's go already.
I'll fall in line.
Let's go. He's finally awake.
That's gonna annoy me if I do. I'm already annoyed. I'll just there we go. There we go. I was gonna have them be crisscross and it didn't look good, so we fixed it. They'll make their way out. And as they make their way out, you can see through the window and through the open door a large procession of soldiers and some villagers making their way out from the buildings. As you can hear off in the distance with your passive your passive is 10. With Garrett's passive perception of 12, since the door is open, that it sounds like a town crier is calling for all to gather. Flint would also hear this with their passive of 14, even though they're downstairs. And they would let those down here also know this. But, you know, you guys are kind of trapped in the basement, so.
Oh, another execution. Great.
Mandatory state executions. State execution attendance.
Yep.
Any idea who it was that they caught crossing the border?
Can't say for sure, but I've got an out here. But you know, I have to run the tavern and all that. But you best be able to get on along. I'll get ropes for the others.
Ropes.
Ropes.
Alright, are we just hanging ourselves now?
No, rope. R-O-B. There's a B involved.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'll
The
get ropes for
inverted
the others.
Jesus
Just
Christ!
this early.
Hey,
Make his way downstairs.
sorry about that crack earlier. Just trying to ease the tension.
No, it's fine. I'm a bit high-strung recently.
Well, aren't we all? So do you actually carry around wigs? And if so, why?
It's my other job.
I have too many questions to ask, so I'm just gonna go outside.
Alright. Let me just go and put the proper ambience down. I think Groovy is... Yeah, Groovy's the one. Clear. Play. As you make your way outside, you can see that there is as previously mentioned, a large procession of guards and villagers making their way to the center of town outside the Reich's manor. Though, at this point in time, you guys are kind of at the trailing edge of it, because you're at the edge of town. I'm going to put you guys on the other map real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, I haven't quite fixed the teleport pad, but when I do, I will start using that again. But until then, you guys are now on the Tranmere map. I will force you guys there after the others join you, but you guys are free to just go to that map.
Okay.
But yes, Ryan will make his way down as you guys are leaving the building. I'm going to make yourself not visible, though, real quick. There we go.
It's a lot more snowy when we were in the bar.
That's a different,
Yeah.
different image.
Yeah, well, the
I
snow
know.
makes it hard.
I'm just teasing you.
I mean, yeah, I didn't want to not use this because the map creator did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, this street really wasn't designed for use for walking cane use.
Do you need a hand?
I can manage.
go. All right. As Ryan makes their way down, he would make his way across this shelf here, pull out some blackened and brown robes.
All right. I'm afraid there's a bit of a crowd requirement outside. All are supposed to attend. I think some of you can be able to get away with avoiding it if you'd like to prefer to hide here, but if you want to maneuver out through the city, you'll need these, and he'll offer you an overly large robe, like one size for a large creature.
Lovely. I'll
Careful
take
with
it and put it
movement.
on.
He'll hand you a normal size robe. And by
I'm
normal
assuming
size,
by
I mean
normal you
small
mean
size.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal size for him, which he's also small. And he'll give a medium-sized robe to Flint.
It's
She will
nasty business.
carefully take her backpack off, which is full of her bounty of eggs, of
Excellent.
3 eggs or 5 eggs or whatever. She'll put on the robe and put her backpack back on.
Excellent.
Just gonna coil up my serpentine body and put this robe on. Look
Alright.
like a human being.
Excellent. While the robe is on for you, Wari, your speed is halved if you want to hide your tail.
Okay.
But he will continue.
Hell, with those you'll be able to wander the city freely with all the guards about, but still be careful.
His disguises give you a flat of 15, but anything that you might do that to ruin your disguise will reduce it by 5 to a 10. So keep that in mind.
And if you ever need a place to hide, the place behind here leads out into the secret entrance, so
Kind of make his way over here. Turn this nozzle there. I'll point at this keg's nozzle.
it'll open a secret door here, way out back. Or if you're into the shack behind us, which is my house, you can make your way in here if you need a quick escape.
Appreciated.
She nods.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. It's not right what they do, but we try what we can.
Make me a perception check, you two.
That's right, it's on my token now. Skip. Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Oh my god.
Dear God.
Oh,
All right.
all right.
Anything you can do, I can do better, apparently.
So what you notice as you are kind of looking him over as he motions towards the nozzle here, kind of carved into the wood, barely visible as it's fairly dusty, you notice that there's an imprint, a symbol of what appears to be a rose blooming out from a broken cobbled street. You are free to roll me a religion check, as well as a history check. Both get different information.
All right.
Apparently failing, you can do better too.
All right.
There we go.
So 156. Even with your current origin and your lores and all that, that is still success. With the religion check specifically, because religion's actually somewhat easier for this because it's fairly well known in this area. Let's see here. You would recognize the symbol as a holy symbol to the trying to get the name because I do not remember off the top of my head because I just derped right there. Scrolling down to the Milani, the goddess Milani. She is a goddess of rebels, of freedom fighters, those seeking to restore, no, I wouldn't quite call it democracy, but liberty to those who are being oppressed. You would know pretty much the basics of them. They are known as the Everbloom, as one of their titles. Their faithful are known as Milanites. You would also know that they are outlawed within the barony, and any form of practitioners are harshly punished. All the better to squash any spark of hope that these freedom fighters might provide. Their symbol is a rose growing out of a blood-soaked street. Anything else that might be common knowledge that you would gain for that, because you didn't quite roll high enough for more important knowledge due to your origin negatives and all that. That pretty much covers it. So that is what you know. So it seems either he is a member of it or he helps such faithful out. But you would also know is that wary, just, you have no idea what that means. It's like, that's a pretty
Ooh,
rose.
pretty artwork.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate if you didn't mention that to anyone up topside.
Oh, secret artwork. Go
Mention
Yeah.
what?
What did you say, 156?
Mention what?
He's gonna look you.
Excellent.
She just gives him the tiniest of smiles.
Right. Well, I best make sure the place is all ready for their return. You're free to remain down here or wander as you wish. Those ropes should help you out. I believe your companions are already making their way out that way, though.
Best to wander, I think.
He will make his way back upstairs. Do either of you stay down below?
I will go upstairs, but I cannot go past the snake, so he either has to go upstairs first or somehow move out of the way.
If it helps, I don't look like a snake anymore. I look like a very tall person.
Yeah, but I still know you're a snake.
Yeah,
You're just a
okay.
snake in disguise. But you both are heading upstairs, yes?
Yes.
Correct.
Alright. For sake of providing this information to Flint, they'll be following you, but if anything occurs that might require them to be less than active, they will be doing side stuff that I will handle when I get with them. But yes,
Okay.
as you
Great.
guys make your way up top, copy, making you not visible, to Tranmere, and paste. Here we go. Alright. Making your way up topside, you'd find that... did you guys actually stay there, or did you move on forward for Garrison and 9?
I think we would just be talking there for a bit.
In that case, you would see that your companions have not actually moved forward. They have kind of just stuck to the side of the building and started conversing a bit. At this point, the trailing of citizenry have pretty much far off in the distance. You can barely see them over the barrels and crates and some of the trees and buildings, but they are all heading to the center of town, which I'm going to make that visible in just a moment when I go to Map Explorer. Here we go. Projects.
Anyway, we should go attend our state mandatory execution. So as to not draw suspicion, yes?
I would rather not be mandatorily executed.
156 is gonna slink over and kind of, like, slink around you and slink over here and just chill very close to Garrison.
Yes, well, unfortunately, we would draw more attention by not attending.
I have a feeling that this is going to go exceedingly well. Just
Sir.
watches 156.
As you look at me, I kind of hide behind Garrison.
Yes,
Let's
no one will
let's just
suspect a thing.
let's just get this over with.
Yes. You know, I've been here a while, but I'm never... Such barbarism is never something you get accustomed to.
Would you like me to shucky duck you guys to the area?
Sure.
That's
Yes,
probably
please.
best.
A good idea.
I will kind of limp behind everybody else, unless somebody helps her, though.
Don't worry, I'm the same speed as you right now.
I'll help.
Alright.
As you make your way down the long cobbled streets, somewhat snowy at times, eventually you make your way to the courtyard, the grand holding of any social gatherings within the town. Just right outside the Reich's home, You can see the crowd has gathered here. Some of the local citizenry, some shopkeepers are within the crowd as well. You can see that the center stage has been built, a gallows of sorts, and some of the guards and local uh, leadership hang upon it. Uh, Notable is you do not see a few Sinistry. You do not notice Xeno, as they are not visible from within the crowd, likely still within their tower. Not really something that the townsfolk can really, or the guards within town can actually do, though, about it, because mages do what they do. But you also don't see Oriel, the town's alchemist, though you can see that their shutters are open. Perhaps they're watching from a distance. Oh yeah, this crowd asset's amazing. But you would see, as you gather up closer, the crowd has somewhat died down in ambience, as you sense that they're all waiting bated breath for the Reich, Orson Fletcher, to speak. You can see upon the gallows themselves, a noose around her neck, a half-elven woman with long blonde hair. You are free to roll history check if you are from this location, but otherwise you have no idea who they are. You can also see that the captain of the guard, Kyrdren Fletcher, seems to be standing next to the lever to pull the trapdoors. Ein. Alright. You would recognize Danny, as they are known. They are a local tradesperson, someone who deals in wares from various locations, often traveling from this place to other places as well. They do focus here, but they have a bit of I wouldn't call it caravanserai business, but some form of getting goods where they need to be, sort of thing. Essentially, they're a delivery person.
Shipping.
Yes, essentially. What you do know, though, they've never been known to wander close to the border. They, in fact, outright, any conversations that you've had with them, outright profess their fear towards any of the creatures within. For them to be caught crossing it, that's exceedingly strange. Definitely out of character. But, I mean, you also know that this wouldn't be the first time that they've executed someone who was innocent with a 19 history.
Yeah.
Alright, now as you all gather up, let me go bring it up to my text for this. I need my cup for him, because he is a cup person. Orson
Okay.
Fletcher would speak. Maybe just go impersonate him so chat bar can actually see the image of him.
Meanwhile, I'll just whisper, I guess, to myself and probably those that my companions near.
As you all well know, the dying lands are forbidden. Forbidden for a reason. The Baron does not wish you to bear a fate worse than death. For the demons of those lands hold within them the power to take hold of your mind, to control your will. This woman here, she was caught crossing the border. And as such, her mind was taken by these demons.
At this point, you can see her struggling and calling out before a guard swiftly walks up and smacks her upon the back of her knee as she calls out in pain, as they begin to put a gag upon her throat.
Even their very words can drive their poisonous influence into your mind. For your safety, for the safety of all within Vazia, she is to be executed, sentenced to death for the crime of crossing the border and seeking the demons within.
The nod towards Kyrdren, she'll pull the lever as Danae sinks within the now open ground. A sickening snap, a break of a neck. She dingles there for a bit, and then goes limp.
Let this be a warning. Any crossing of the border, we met with swift justice. Guards upon the roads south be doubled. Go back to your day.
He'll put down a device that he was holding up to speak louder than normal. Some form of, like, I wouldn't call it a megaphone, but essentially just a large cup. And the guards will begin to disperse the crowd. And I'm going to go into player view to do that. Or DM view to do that. Crowds, crowds, crowds. What are you? Here we go, crowds. Boop. And visible. Bam. Nailed it. That the guards moving their way outwards won't actually, like, force anyone out of the area, but they're basically saying nothing to hear, see here, show's over, all that good stuff. Some of the townspeople will make their way back to their various locales where they, perform their shopkeeping things. What you do notice is that there's one person standing within the crowd that's currently dispersing. This fellow here. They are shaking, seemingly frozen, but you can see that there is both pain and anger upon their face with past perception of Flint. And I think Flint's the one with a 14. Yeah, you all have 10s from the looks of it, so except for Kyrdren with the 12. So yeah, so Flint would notice that and point that out for you guys. As pointed out, Kyrdren, or not Kyrdren, Ein. You'd recognize them as the brother of Danny.
Mm-hmm. Wait, my passive perception should be 12.
Oh, well, you should make sure.
I forgot to update that.
Yeah.
156 also has 12 because they're proficient in perception.
I have fixed that for them. But whenever you're past perception, just make sure to keep that updated, because that is what I look at more often than the character
Oh, okay.
sheets.
Yeah. Sorry. It should be
It's all
updated
good.
now.
It's all good.
Am I missing a hit point?
We were all missing a hit point from the dream.
Yep.
Which I guess we're not actually missing.
Oh no, are we?
You are indeed missing that.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. Let's take the
Well,
damage
never
again.
mind.
You can
What,
see
you thought dreams didn't have consequences?
some of the guards here begin to circle Reason. Some words are shared.
Like
Currently,
nice words or
it's hard to tell from this distance. They're not being loud at this point in time. They're still being somewhat quiet. Like, not yelling is what I'm saying. They're talking in a normal voice, but, it's like 100 feet.
casual walk.
As you start walking closer to that, 156 is going to finally let you go. I don't know if you saw my emo in the chat during the execution.
Yeah, stuff was happening.
I'm, start to follow, but then realize that, these three are still here. Then give myself a sigh and just sort of stay here for a moment.
That's fine. Actually, 156 will turn around and quickly scamper off this way.
Oh, for crying out.
Sage, how long will it take me to get to here? Like, do I have to go fully around this building? Is there like an outside part?
So this one has a stone foundation, so not really a lot of ways to move directly through it. You can of course climb the tree and go atop it and around that way. There's also a few windows within the stone foundation leading to what you would assume is a basement, so that is a potential route. Otherwise, you'd have to go around.
Oh, for crying out
How
loud.
long would it take me to go around?
What's your movement speed?
25? Yeah.
25. You would be looking at about 300 feet, so that's a decent amount of time. You would be looking at about 12 rounds, 6 rounds, so about a minute.
Ein attempts to hobble after them, but if they go too far, I'm just going to stop.
Yeah, I'm going to to do that, basically, I will take my minute walking around this building, and I will drop into stealth when I'm out of sight.
Gotcha.
Oh, for crying out loud.
All right. As Ian begins to hobble after you, you're going to roll me a stealth check. Garrett, roll me a perception check to see, since I assume you're trying to eavesdrop.
Yes. Skill check.
And you can roll me an active perception since you're trying to follow them, Ian.
Yeah, okay. Well, hold on, skill check.
All right. Well, unfortunately, as you're hobbling after them, as they rounded the corner, you completely lost sight, and as you round the corner yourself, they're nowhere to be seen. They are already one with the snow.
Oh, for Kate and Killian's sake. Ah,
All right. For
it's alright.
Garrett.
She's hobbling back to the others to make sure none of them run up too.
You would overhear this, Garrett. Listen, just take the coins. I ain't taking the coins for your murdering my sister. Just leave it. Look here. Orson told us. I don't give a damn what Orson said. We ought to know that this is all right. It was necessary. She crossed the border. You know the laws. The laws. She would never cross the border in her life. She's scared of those things. Why would she? It doesn't matter. Law's the law. She crossed it. That's what happened.
I'm gonna pull my hood up, or my hood and scarf. Go, fellas. Surely, if he doesn't want the coin, the right can just give it to him later once he's calmed down. How about I pay you a little bit of that coin, and you go get yourself some drinks for the fantastic work that you've done.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
That's perception, advantage, persuasion.
19. No, he's right. Some other smuck can get this covered. Fine. It's on you, though. I'll begin making their way out.
Huh.
I'm gonna make them not visible. Thanks for that. Bastards.
Sorry about what happened. Normally they give the long version and, they let people say their piece. They must not have been playing around, but I do believe you. She doesn't seem like the sort that'd be messing with this sort of thing. Do you have any idea what might have happened?
Not sure what, but she was just taking a trip out eastward not too long ago. Delivering some goods, from what I heard. Like, she wasn't even traveling that direction.
Sage, would I be there at this point?
You would be, yes. Let me, make sure you're over there physically on the map. You are cool. Listen, you work for Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Well, my sister did tell me if anything ever happened to her, just go speak with him. He would know more.
If you want to do that personally, I understand, but maybe wait for the crowd to thin out before you start asking questions.
Yeah, I don't...
They've already got the Dirty Great Gallows set up.
Yeah, especially with them having her there now. I appreciate it. What's the name?
Garridan.
Risen, by the way.
Good to meet you. My friend tells me, you're related. My condolences. And my friends are gone.
I'm here.
Yeah, everyone's there but me. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm kind of assuming this was sort of happening while people were scattering.
I never left. I'm still there. I can only move 20 feet around. I'm not moving more than I have to.
Look, you're walking at my speed. This is how it's normally like. This is how it normally is, okay?
Try to give it a day and do what you can.
Right.
Have I actually dealt with this lady before, or is she also just...
She would have stopped a few times in the tavern. Definitely one of those people that seems to have a private room given to them whenever they show up. And they do tend to converse with Ryan a lot. Often behind closed doors where they have Ein control the bar while they're doing their thing.
Well, I'll just kind of mull around to see if these folks eventually disperse.
Alright. Eventually the guards do disperse, as they are making sure the crowd is dispersing themselves. But while that's going on, before we go to 156, so I want to do that next, let's go to you three. Specifically you two. What are you guys doing?
Well, I was waiting for Kyrdren to clear so that I could sync up with them. Actually.
Alright, so you're wanting to be synced.
I'm watching and
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then making small talk, I guess.
Excellent. Alright, in that case, 156.
I'm not doing anything. Once I see that the guards walk away, 156 will climb off the boxes and prepare to head back the way she came. Basically, I was preparing a distraction if one was needed.
Gotcha. Excellent. Alright. Eventually you would make your way back, but until then, the group. You have returned once more. This man would have passed you guys, saying, "Excuse me.
Shame what happened there, but, you know, life happens. Anyways, if you ever need a solid wagon or the like, you do seem like a bit of a traveler." He's pointing towards Wari, since you're in a disguise. "I got you covered. Just hop on by the Sandy Wheels." Self-promotion, shameless.
He does that by himself
Right
as he's
after?
walking away, by the way.
Right after someone got executed for traveling. Classy.
Shameless self-promotion.
I like him.
Wait until you hear his pitch trying to sell you the undercoating. Whew.
Hey, the undercoating is required for some things. You
So,
don't want a dirty
one-
undercarriage.
Alright.
so wait. She ran off.
That she circled the building thing, and then I lost her around the corner.
Are you saying I should have chased her?
No. That would have raised more of a commotion. Let's go. Let's go.
They're back.
And now Ein's just about to suggest that they go look for her, and then never mind. Next time somebody with a working leg, please look after her.
Oh, so me?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have legs, and I'm too shy to point that out.
And I'm not stupid enough to point that out right now.
I'm not stupid enough to point it out either.
I don't need looking after.
Sure.
It's not you. The town's an estate. Why waste
Yeah.
a perfectly good gallows being set up? Some people are gonna be looking for excuses.
Our kind are treated as sport. We'll leave it at that.
What?
Huh?
Never mind. Anyway,
Is she talking about women?
no. She's talking about the bestial people.
Oh, you said our kind, and you saying our kind, well, we don't know you're anything but human, is confusing.
Well,
Exactly.
With no context, I was actually about to say, do they make a habit of hanging women out here?
No.
I mean, the woman they just hung was woman, so
Uh,
Are the soldiers still kind of here as they're portrayed, or
They're
just kind of?
they're still milling about, seemingly make sure the area is clear for preparations for the parade itself, as they are still prepping for that.
Oh, good.
anyway, let's leave before there's another public execution. Didn't you say something about an Arcanist?
Yes, he's right in that tower over there, presumably. I didn't see him in the crowd, so either he didn't bother coming out or he wasn't home.
I thought the Arcanist was a female.
I don't know, is it?
Their name is Xenopalamos. Those who are from this town would know that they are a dragonborn and that they are male.
Hmm.
I could have sworn you said earlier she might be watching, but I no, probably.
I think
No, that was the alchemist.
Alchemist?
Yeah, that was the alchemist.
No.
Yeah, the alchemist is
Oh.
the alchemist is female, and she was looking through the window.
You know what? Let's use that as an excuse to get off the street before, like you said, they decide to test the gallows some more.
We did sort of leave Ryan alone.
Yes, but he's able to take care of himself.
Oh, I'm
I
a
mean,
worrier.
he
Either way,
might
you're
be
right.
he might be in the middle of another drink rush.
Either way, you're right. We should try and sort this out.
Alright. Making your way to Zeno's place.
Yep.
Alright. As you make your way there, you can see that there is a large double stone door upon the front face of the tower. It has some arcane sigils upon its facing, likely some manner of defense or communication system. You are free to do as you will.
If I knock on this door, is it gonna blow me up?
That is the question for most casters, is it not?
Hey Sage, can I make a check on this? I don't know if my old lab would have had something like this.
Go
Like,
ahead. Roll me
can I make
a
an
roll me Arcana.
That's
So, some of the symbols upon this do look familiar to you, 156. You recognize them as some form of alarm system that they had upon it, as well as some protective symbols upon it as well, explosive rooms and the like for those who might trigger it. Not specifically explosive rooms, but similar magics. Essentially, it's a glyph warding. You would know the same, Ein. You would recognize that there is an alarm spell as well as a glyph of warding placed upon it. You both would also notice that there is some form of enchantment based upon, I wouldn't call it communication because it's not like a sending spell, but essentially that. It's like a magic doorbell. They have a magic doorbell.
yeah.
156 will step in front of Garrison and reach up and touch the communication rune.
Right, as you do so, you hear a faint chiming sound from within the tower. Moments pass.
I would step back.
Before you would hear coming from the glyph of warding rune. Let me make sure I have his voice set up. NPCs. Zeno. Here we go.
Well, who is it? I wasn't expecting visitors.
Hi, it's Garrison. The guard at Ryan's place. Are you available to answer some magic-related questions?
You hear some faint grumblings on the intercom, which is the cliff forwarding intercom.
Well, what kind of questions?
Well, I have this itch, and it keeps getting worse, and I keep scratching it, and it just keeps going and going.
Speak to
And
Oriel
yeah,
then.
Oh, they said they didn't. They said they didn't help. They said they would need something heaven sent.
By
I'm
Dranskin's
going to
beard,
be
fine.
so confused.
A door would open. Control H, Control F and E.
You have an itch?
The door would open to reveal a large stone chamber with bookcases in a somewhat star-like pattern surrounding the central spiral staircase. There's a large desk, a nice amount of seating arrangements, couches, rugs, some benches and tables and the like. But you would see the figure, a dragonborn of grayish-black scales, seemingly of a silver dragon birth, but probably fairly old. They have a flamboyant blue, yellow, and purple robe with a set of monocles upon the base of their snout as they wave their hand to open the door.
Right. Well, let's see the... Oh, there's more of you out here. Do all of you have this itch?
No, yeah, full disclosure sort of made that up because of the execution squad outside. We
Right.
actually have academic questions.
Oh, that is much more interesting. Right. Come on in.
I mean, technically, you could call a psionic pounding that will probably kill us by making us bleed out of our ears.
Oh,
itch.
psionics. Oh, it's quite
Who's
rare.
getting a pounding?
What was it, psionic?
No, she's exaggerating.
Okay.
Right. Well, come on in. Let's see here. I feel like we should talk some bit more comfortable. What floor was it again? I think it was the 3rd floor. Let's try it.
He'll snap his fingers as the 3rd floor will appear for those who have entered. The door is still there,
Oh,
which is weird.
It's a little too comfortable. I did not mean to go to the bedchamber.
I'm gonna put
Alright.
both my arms out and try to get my bearings up.
Alright, you're gonna
Matt.
come in. The door's gonna close soon since we're on the 3rd floor now.
I'm gonna crawl out from under the table.
He's motioning towards Wary.
It means you.
Devil, are you
I-
coming in?
I can't see. I am
Oh.
at 10 out of 17.
Oh, unfortunate. Do you join though?
Yes, I would join.
Okay.
Uh,
Man, I didn't think this was that large. It's literally just
Well,
6 floors this
Yeah.
tower.
I've been 10 out of 17 for like 3
Oh.
minutes now, so it's
Rip.
kind of
oh,
Well, I would suggest for you to switch maps and then switch back. That sometimes
I'm gonna
kickstarts
AFK
the load.
just- I'm gonna AFK just for one moment. If people want to start explaining things to him, that's perfectly fine. Just need to use the restroom.
Gotcha.
alright, sure. Let's see. Short thing short. For some reason today, all of us had a shared dream. In that shared dream, we were hurt. When we woke up, we were also hurt. Also, some nonsense about some nonsense with celestial voices and all that.
Shared dream. And lasting effects from it. Interesting. Can you describe this dream?
We also don't know each other and have never met before, so it's
Oh.
it's probably not like
Yes.
an unconscious story that we all heard and somehow put together ourselves.
Do you have any symbols on
Yep.
you?
gonna check the back of my hand at this point.
You do have a symbol
Just
there.
Yeah.
kind of see if he
I-
sees it.
I'm gonna raise the symbol on the back of their hand.
Oh. You do.
I already
Interesting.
have enough unwanted tattoos on me. This is a bit extra.
Dude, 156 is gonna turn and look at you. She just stares at you for a minute. She gives you a look of sympathy, and then she turns back to the dragon. The whatever. I was gonna say the dragonborn, and I'm like, no, that's not the word I want.
It's a dragonborn.
He is Dragonborn.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
It's Xeno.
As to explaining the dream, I don't think I can voice that long, so I will just give the best summary she has
Fair.
from the part, which is basically how do I know what side he is in terms of like the resistance and the government?
Roll me history.
Okay,
I will assist.
I will use guidance on this kind of plus 1d4.
Alright.
Let me just roll that again.
Well, not really sure why you're casting spells, but everything's safe here.
With your guidance addition of a total of 19, you would recognize that Xeno, they're very reclusive. They have not really shown any signs of favoritism towards any rebellion, or most certainly not the Vazian government, but they do help them when asked. Perhaps this is simply a trade-off for them allowing to do what they need to do within the city, but they don't really do any like helping with executions or anything like that, or helping with a peace. It's more of like, oh, this person's got magical illness, can you help with this type of thing? So
Yeah, basically, what I want to figure out is because of how they emphasize that demons could get into your head, is this person likely to rat us out to the guards? That's basically
Gotcha.
my concern here. So
it is unlikely.
okay,
Yeah.
In that case, I would just be mostly blunt and straightforward about it. And then I at the very end I'll ask sarcastically of how. So what are the chances of this killing us eventually?
1 second, I'm gonna send Devil the tower assets so we can load that in map tools and then load back up. Where is Devil?
I'm not sure how that works, to be honest.
Essentially, I will send you a map file. You disconnect from the server. You hit map. You hit import map. You load the file I sent you. Then once it loads,
Okay.
you can then connect to the map, the campaign once more. Let's see, campaigns, Syrik Ghosts, maps, Vazia, places, Darkness Pollen. Here we go. Whoop. All right. Load that up, and you should be Gouda. But while you are doing the thing,
Interesting. Well, you've been encountering some of them fallen then, cursed ones. Your dream took you there?
did you describe the orb?
I would, specifically because I would point out that when it was pounded, we were physically hurt from it.
Gotcha. All right, 1 second. Let me go give him a. What are your stats again? I can't remember. Character sheets, NPCs, Xeno. Here we go. You would have a +5 plus proficiency, so +9. Rip.
Oh,
Interesting. Well, that orb's certainly beyond my immediate understanding. I perhaps could look into it further, but lasting dreams, symbols upon hands, fallen. And you spoke of a being speaking to you, yes? Some form of angelic being?
yes. I couldn't understand it, but some of my companions could. I'll look over towards Kyrdren and the others.
Well, I think we could, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Yeah, we could? Okay.
The Fallen sometimes was hit and miss. The Angel, 100% you could.
Okay.
She was crying out for help. I think.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Did we get their name, or was that just the token
I
image?
do not believe I gave you the name, no.
No.
Okay.
Well, I certainly haven't really heard of this level of dream spells before. Certainly not anything that leaves a lasting impression upon one's body.
Two lasting impressions.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's see here. Let's move into the library. No need to worry about my bedchambers.
He didn't recognize the symbol on the hands, right?
No.
Okay, I didn't know if that was part of his check.
Yeah, not with
Uh,
11, no.
By the way, she will look very sheepish at correcting him. It was obviously not something done easy, but this is important to her to figure out.
Alright, now that we're here and less, extra cozy. Let's see. Books. Right here. Here we go. Dying Lands. Can you describe the place a bit more?
I will motion to Kyrdren and leave the responsibility of that to him instead.
Sort of an underground labyrinth. It had a bone pit. There was some reliquary chambers. Didn't have a lot of curtains. We didn't get to explore it a lot more. Our two of our other companions, they had some sort of interaction with some kind of fog that showed them some strange room. Maybe they could describe that better.
It was
Oh.
circular.
First, we woke up in these jail cells that were attached to a bridge. That bridge led to a hallway. Under that bridge was a giant circular pit of bones. Past that pit of bones, if you went down, was the way to the reliquary. I believe there was at least at least one floor above us, and a floor under us as well.
I see.
We did talk to one of the fallen. He said we were under city name.
He did tell you the city name. Excellent. That is what he was looking for. City name that he told you would be Cadus.
156 will shudder.
I'll communicate that.
Cadus, one of the largest cities of the Dying Lands. Interesting. It is said that place was once home to a mighty cathedral, dedicated to the gods before the fall of the old country there. This voice. You have been printed with some form of symbol. I'm afraid I can't put my finger on what that symbol means, but perhaps with some time I can figure out what that is. But I do believe that you are given a vision, a dream, a certain higher level magic spell that allows communication through sleep. For it to provide physical adjustments, though, that is quite interesting. Beyond the basics of the spell, I'm afraid. So whatever this is, whatever sent you this message must be powerful. It must be desperate, be calling out in such a way as... There are other methods to communicate, but through the dreams, they tend to be safer. Tend to be a bit more personal. For your physical presence there, or at least your physical adjustments from what happened there, as you mentioned being injured, well, I'd say this dream is perhaps somewhat of a guide. Did they mention what that orb might have been?
Something like a spark of divinity, a fraction of divinity, something where whatever this thing was feared that if the creatures broke it open, they'd gain enough power to be a true threat. And then they gave us some logistics, and I'll start like writing out the logistics, just kind of just out of habit.
Interesting. Interesting. Hold a moment. They go upstairs. Oh, real quick. I'd be careful. Some of the books are trapped. So, you know.
It's almost like you read my fucking mind.
Right. Well, I was never one for books anyway.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are safe, but it's hard to tell. It requires a certain touch. Anyways, be right back.
Hey Sage.
Yes.
Can I make a perception and arcana checks specifically on this row? I want to know which books are trapped.
Sure. Roll me investigation or perception. Investigation tends to be a bit more of a closer
That
view of
works
things.
for me.
Perception tends to be more of like a visual viewing rather than full on like touching, feelings. Basically, investigation covers everything and is more detailed.
Damn it, I was hoping I'd roll higher than that, but
Looking
Well,
around
if
the
you-
shelf, some of the books do appear to have runes upon their spine. Perhaps that is what he's talking about by traps. Some don't have anything upon the spine, and some do have some characters written upon them in what appears to be draconic.
Oh, I can read that.
can I make an arcane check to what those runes mean?
Sure. The runes themselves seem to be runes denoting a specific school of magic. So, like, one rune might be a rune, the rune of objuration, for example, or one rune might be the rune of evocation. That is generally what those runes are.
So I have no real way to tell from those rules which
Yeah,
ones are
unfortunately, a 12 was not enough to find any hidden or disguised runes or traps.
trapped. Okay.
But some time passes before Zeno begins making his way down once more, holding a book in hand.
Right, here we go.
Flip, 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 flip. Let's give him another history check. With advantage now that he has the book.
Didn't really need it, did you, Sage?
Did not really need it, but he did get it. Alright.
Oh. Oh, by the gods. Right, well, we need to get you all filled in pretty quickly. So. That symbol. That symbol's a marking by the gods. Or beings, I'm not quite sure. Not any of our known deities. Certainly not any within the pantheon of Azia. But that's not the worst thing.
Yay!
That stone. That sphere of coin black and white. That's a shard. The Star Stone.
Do any of you not know out of character what the Starstone is?
I do not know out of character what the Starstone is.
Out of character, the Starstone is literally the stone that created some of the deities of the universe. It is a stone that mortals can take the trials of to become a full-fledged deity. It is how Iomade became a deity. It is how Caden Kalian famously became a deity through a drunken test of the trial. There's also a few other deities, but those are the most famous, I would say. You are free to roll a religion check upon him saying Starstone, though, to know that in character. It is fairly basic knowledge, though. Not a 5, though. So, Garen, you would definitely know that.
Excuse me, do you have a fainting couch?
You can use the bed. We're not on the floor for that, so.
I'm actually fine. I'm just expressing my bewilderment.
Right.
But thank you. I appreciate that.
So,
I contemplate the ability of fainting while being a snake. It's like, do I actually go prone? Is there prone for me?
you were trying to say something, little one?
She is just shaking. With the implications of this, she is terrified.
Right, well, yes, it is quite terrifying indeed. What I believe this means is, whatever being sent you that dream is fearful for what that stone, that sphere is in, and has seen something within you. Something that perhaps can help them. I mean, that's my first guess. I honestly have no idea why they would send you of all, of anyone, really. I mean, there are plenty of heroes within Arela, plenty of people out westwards from Kalbesh, of a certain strength and skill. Certainly people within the neighboring countries.
156 just nods along at everyone he says is better than us.
But you are chosen for some reason, so what reason that is it quite...
Perhaps it's because we're not well known.
Perhaps, yeah. Anything of this magnitude tend to be well watched.
Well, if it's well watched, then putting a symbol on us is kind of silly.
Oh, quite indeed. I would put a symbol on you if I wanted to send particular agents on any sort of trial. That just seems like a way to get them caught. But
And as we look down on our hands, they slowly evaporate.
they don't.
I mean, it seems useful for getting scholarly people to, research
idea.
this stuff.
Perhaps it is a key. Many of the ruins, places of worship towards the gods, they had certain mechanisms, runes that activated with certain proximity to other runes. Could be that. That seems most appropriate. Definitely not the other option.
We did press that one rune, which led us into that reliquary.
Yeah, it's an issue. I'm still not used to his voice. Also, I need a drink, so I don't have any drink next to me.
It's okay, I'm having trouble keeping my voice going at the one I chose.
You did. Interesting. Well then, that seems like the most appropriate, answer then. There's a key.
Well, that's good. All we have to do is cross into forbidden places while the guard there is doubled. Yay.
I
Oh,
am
yeah.
pretty sure
To
that
where?
there is more to it than that.
I look towards 156.
Go on.
I said cross into where, but she probably would have said it so softly that Wary could have spoken over her.
Gotcha. He's right next to you, and he has also got a decent passive perception, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
In fairness, I didn't even hear you speak over my own voice, so...
In character and out of character, it worked. Anyways.
Well, you're certainly in a pickle. The gods are, they're all being doubled. This is certainly something that, needs to be sorted. Vazia be damned.
Wait, is he gonna respond to her or no?
About... I thought he did. About saying the Dying Lands.
No, he didn't
Oh.
respond.
Oh.
I said speak into where, and you went, "Whoa, this is quite a pickle. The
Oh.
guards have been
Yeah.
doubled."
My apologies. Sometimes I get lost in my thoughts. Right, the place that you were at in your dream, Cadus, is it in the Dying Lands? Place that used to be Tazanti, a country that splintered off from Vazia during its old... you don't know about history. It's old, long, boring, and tragic. Anyways, Dying Lands, yes.
No.
What?
No.
It's not there?
She's going to kind of slowly back away as if he is saying something terrifying, because they would know, if they're paying attention in the dream, that the idea of the Dying Lands fucking terrifies her.
I'm pretty sure it's the Dying Lands, though. Are you sure it's not the
No.
Dying Lands?
She's not comfortable with the dying lands.
Oh.
As the more they say dying land, she's just kind of.
I would not go up there. There's traps.
She stops at the bottom of the stairs. She contemplates if she is more scared of the traps or of them.
Just from now on, let's call it the not so safe lands.
All right. Let me do this since you're a little bit of a exploracious.
I fucking hate you.
He'll snap his fingers, and you'll hear some whirring sounds. All right. This floor and down are safe to explore. Traps are disarmed, except for the doorway to get in, because guards like to go in, and it's rude.
Hypothetically, if we went to the no-no place, or excuse me, if we didn't go to the no-no place, how bad would it be?
You guys do realize it's not the words, right? She's not terrified of the words. She's terrified of the concept of returning.
All right. Well, first off, let me handle this. I'll move on over here. Listen. I know the place is quite scary, but you've got this. I mean,
Not scared of the place.
oh,
The Dying Lands was. I spent months getting out of there. I had to leave. I can't go back.
ooh, from there. I understand why you're so terrified then.
Oh, make me a perception check.
All right. Hey, it's +8, right?
Visual, obviously. Alright, yeah, you notice the tattoo inside of her ear. If that means anything to him, he can make a roll, or you can just decide what he knows.
Let's see here. That's another history for him. Roll a natural 1. He'll notice it, but he won't mention anything about it. Alright. Well, I can certainly see why you are so hesitant to go back. It is a dangerous place, after all. Certainly not the safest place for those who dwell in it, other than the cursed ones, of course. But I will say this. You are marked for a reason. That reason shows that you are strong enough to handle whatever is back there. The gods believe in you. Or at least a god. Whatever you're scared of back home is likely not within the area that you're going to.
Besides, this time you are not alone.
Ah! What your friend said. Anyways,
She's afraid of me too, by the way.
Oh. Well, hopefully this speech helped you out. I'm not the best at giving inspirational speeches. That's what Philip's for. Anyways, he'll slowly reach his hand forward and pat you on the shoulder. Oh, Philip's my invisible servant.
She'll let him pat her on the shoulder. She is not
Oh.
scared of him. The dragon is someone she's not scared of.
Anyways, if you need anything, let me know. I certainly don't want the consequences of this failing to happen. So, let's come out of the corner of sadness and come into the light of happiness, shall we?
So, well, look, first we're going to make sure you don't get left there.
She will go exactly this far.
There we go. That's the spirit. Happiness and light. You know where it's at.
So, what are hypothetical consequences if this doesn't happen?
Well, the cursed ones, as you described, are trying to attack the crystal. That's either going to be destructive on the scale of the cataclysm, once more, or it'll turn one of them into a god. Or at least a demigod, or some... It is a shard you described, right? Pretty small, not large.
Does that-
Like
I
about the
didn't
size of
really-
a
Uh,
boulder.
156 will put her hands up in a relative size of the circle of the sphere that she saw.
Right. In that case, probably not a god. I would say return whatever one of them who manages to successfully destroy it or harness its power into some form of greater being. Likely. Have ever you heard of what's the term for it? Not a troll. Oh, here we go. Here's one of the greater giants. Cloud giants. Quite powerful.
Oh, well,
I would say about that scale in jumping in power. Give or take. I don't know how strong they are on base. Maybe troll strength. You fought trolls before, have you? No, you're part of the god. You look like a traveler. I bet you fought trolls before. He points towards Wary. No, just me. Okay.
It is possible. What do they taste like?
I've never tasted them before myself, actually. Quite the nature of how to kill them, I'm afraid. You gotta use fire or acid. So,
Oh,
kind of melts the bodies or destroys the body. Not really worth it at that point.
If you don't kill them, they're just regenerating meat.
Yes! Have you encountered them before?
Studies.
Oh.
wait. Regenerating meat? I
Ah.
like this plan.
Yeah, some cultures within the jungles tend to capture them and harvest them for their meat on a weekly basis. Quite cruel, in fact, but you know what happens.
It sounds familiar.
Where are you from? The accent sounds familiar.
Let me go get the actual name of where I'm from again. I am from the tribes of Taran Russia.
Torunrusha, Oh! Oh, the province of... Ah, yes. Yeah, that's a place. That's where they have those, troll capture places. You'll look towards Ein at this point. Well... I mean, we're kind of in a landlocked area. You'd have to go pretty far west to get to any ports. Anything of this magnitude would likely hit this continent. So, doesn't bring a lot of confidence to me that you're wanting to first run. Listen,
I'm sure it will be
I'll
fine.
move forward and I'll put a hand on your shoulder if you let him. You've got this. I believe in you. Philip believes in you. You get the presence that someone is giving you a thumbs up behind you, but there's no one there.
I give a thumbs up behind him.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm
Are
happy
you sure
not
you
to
haven't-
die.
Are you sure you haven't missed your true calling?
No, I'm
Motivational
not
speaker?
sure. No, I've been studying for years now, but I never tried doing speeches myself. Anyways, so you got a mark, you got a place to go. If that's a key, as you mentioned in your vision, and as we've discussed earlier, I don't think I'll be able to actually go there. But if you need something, I'm happy to help. Just name it.
Well, we might need some supplies and maybe magical, knickknacks to help us on our way.
Ah, magical knickknacks. Well, I'm not quite the enchanting type. Not of late. I've been kind of focusing my studies on transmutation. But I can certainly provide other things. And you were going to say something, little one.
I don't remember.
Oh.
So she will just shake her head shyly.
Right. As for supplies, I can certainly provide you some coinage if you're lacking in funds to make you ready for the journey. Yeah.
What funds to buy from who?
Oh, there's plenty of shops in town. If you need a cart, you need a horse, you need some armament, some weapons, some arrows, potions, we got you covered.
Potions would probably be ideal.
Ah, and you'll want to speak.
Sage,
Yeah.
can I make a knowledge check? Preferably, if I can, with advantage to what we will need to cross the Badlands as far as, like, should we have a horse and cart? Should we have, like,
Gotcha.
obviously rations?
Roll
like, that
me
sort of
a
stuff.
nature check.
Oh, way to get past the patrols. I could perhaps help with that for a bit. I'm sure that, Oriel can help with that too.
22. Alright. With a 22, what you would know that the area towards the Dying Lands is fairly standard fare. It's not like anything amazingly dangerous. It is a open plains within a heavily patrolled area, so the biggest danger would be the guards. Once you get to the border, though, let me go to the world map real quick. Here we go, DMV world map. Once you get to the border, though, there are some ruined settlements that are said to be home to beasts. More of those fallen, most likely, the cursed ones. There are other monstrous creatures within the Dying Lands, though, as well. Creatures of draconic nature, such as wyverns. Not like full true dragons. Those haven't really been seen in a while. But definitely wyverns, definitely a few trolls of the like. Those tend to be deeper within the forests. If you were following the road, which at this point he would actually pull out a map, and he would hand you the map, as I have made the map visible. You have now acquired a map of Kyrdren.
Which is what we were supposed to ask for. Oh no.
And let me go make this visible. Bam. So if you just follow the road south of here, of Tranmere, that's right, to Cadus. So as long as you are on the road, past the, any patrols within Vazia, you should generally only be dealing with lesser creatures. Most of the bigger beasties, things that have greater strength, such as trolls, wyverns, the giants, ogres, things like that, tend to go deeper within the hills or the mountain range. Though I do believe there is a small town on the way there, township of Marden, assuming it's still standing. That's located right there. Let me make that visible.
I don't think anyone's loaded yet.
Oh, well, it is a big map.
I am.
I just finished loading.
Look at you.
I've been loaded
I've
for
been in here
longer
for a
than.
bit.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm
Couldn't load the last map. First
Uh-huh.
into this one.
Tranmere, road south, Cadus. This is Marden.
So this place, Marden, is it seems to be basically right on the border. Does Vazia watch it very heavily, or do they just let them be?
Well, that's a bit more of a no man's land. Vazia doesn't allow any people, that far south. They do have a keep. Let's see, world map or DMV, so I can grab the name of it. Warden's Keep. That's just south of us. That watches the road down south, but that should generally be the main breaking point. Once you get past that, you should be safe for the most part, beyond a few patrols to make sure the roads are clear of any stragglers.
Would I have had to go through Meriden on my way back, or would I have not have encountered that? I don't know from whence
So
I
you
originated.
likely would have came in from this road here.
Okay.
So you wouldn't have passed Marden, but you would have passed another ruin. You don't know the name of it, so I'm not going to make it visible, but it would be right there.
Okay.
You'd also have passed a keep, a border keep, held by Vazia, which is right there, which you do not know the name of either. So, but you know that right there and that right there. You would have
Okay.
passed a tavern, which you would have probably stayed at, within the barn, assuming you kept yourself, rat visible, not cloaked. That is known as the Marquee, which is now visible. Other than that, you probably will just make your way to Tranmere and been, where we're at now.
Okay.
But since you are told about Warden's Keep, make that visible, all that good stuff. There you guys go. You have now been given this map, so you have access to it. You are free to do things, make notes of anything like that as you wish on the map, labels, all that good stuff. But back to the actual map, the Palimpsest Tower. And Control F and E, so you guys are here. Right. So for any beasties in the area, I'm not sure why I'm talking in his voice. For any beasties in the area with your nature check of 22, as long as you're on the road, you're generally just going to be fighting the cursed ones. You might fight some zombies, you might fight some basic undead like skeletons, or maybe some ghouls if you're unlucky. For the most part, the Borderlands tend to be focused towards the cursed one tribes, though. So, especially the roads. It is possible you might find some corrupted people, and by corrupted I mean people who have been possessed by these cursed ones or by some more of the creatures that reside within the cursed ones. Essentially, they are normal people, so like some of the guards, they might be corrupted, and they might gain some more not demonic, but some more cursed powers. So you might encounter some of those, but they are a bit more rare, as they tend to be more towards the forests within the surrounding area. In terms of natural hazards, you are definitely going to be dealing with snowy hazards as you're in the midst of winter, as it is currently, let me go to the notes again real quick, it is currently the 7th of December. The actual real world name of that is, on the calendar, but 7th of December for ease. So, you're midst of December, midst of winter, so you'll be dealing with snowstorms, you might be dealing with blizzards. The area around the Dying Lands tends to have a bit more of a wild terms of weather due to the nature of the area itself. It tends to have ash storms as well as snowstorms. It tends to have hailstorms, glacial hail, definitely some windstorms, tornadoes are known to occur, though those tend to be more on the western edge. So anything of like super windy tends to be over there rather than on the eastern edge, which is where you guys would be entering from. There are certainly bogs, certainly sinking sand. There you go. Yeah. Plenty of natural hazards, but if you have a keen eye, which since you rolled with advantage, I imagine you do, you should be fine.
What are the roads actually well kept, or are they roads in?
The roads haven't been well kept since the fall of the Dying Lands, since it was once the old Empire in the Dying Lands, but they were still effectively the Empire of Vazia, the old Empire of Vazia, was the Roman Empire, so the roads were top notch. So they're still there. They're still likely to be at least decently formed, but certainly wear and tear. It's been several hundred years.
Okay.
Right, I think so. Make sure I'm not going crazy. It's been a while, but yeah, the roads should still be decent. In terms of our timeline, looking like.
Well, how long has this stream been going about?
Literally just started this morning, unless
No.
it wipes our memory each time.
So
Well, I've had the same dream for a while now. So this one was more prominent than the others.
yeah, during the prologue to the campaign, the little message where I said you guys been having the dream for about a month.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's all good.
Okay,
But yeah.
correct that then.
Well, if it's going on for about that long, I would guess about a month. I don't know, I went southern there for a bit, but we're there now.
This
Anyways.
is us. We are Southern.
Anyways.
I say. It's been about a month, boy.
Welcome to characters who cannot keep the accent correct. Huh? Yeah.
Yep. You know, I have a bird in my Sunday game, and they're mimics, so they're great. I can just do whatever I want. I can change voices, and it's not an issue.
I need to do that. That'll be great.
Yep.
Anyways, I would imagine about a month then, since the dream has been going on for about a month.
She's gonna step out and kind of raise a hand paw to get the group's attention.
Oh, little one wants to speak.
I-
Little one.
I just I have a suggestion for what you might want to look for at the market.
Go on.
If you can afford it, you probably want some type of covered wagon. Aside from dealing with the snow, there's a lot of ash and hail. The air is not really friendly. You probably want some sturdy covering to keep that out while you sleep, if nothing else. But the problem with that is that, well, there's a lot of bogs and sand that sinks out from under you. If you need to go off the road, the wagon might hinder you more. But the roads themselves, that shouldn't be a problem. They were made very well when they were built, so they were mostly okay.
The real problem with the wagon is getting it past the patrols.
Well, that would be true if you're on south. Wagon would be quite difficult. Yeah, I'm afraid oil won't be able to help with any of that. They can only cover personal visibility.
Well, either that or we you
Or sorry, that would not have been a we.
either that or you just well need some way to not to bypass the ash and the hail.
Well, I would certainly recommend winter clothes. Perhaps some ashy clothes. We have some traders around here. Wainwright, I believe. He does trade in attire for travel purposes, since he travels often to the Eastern Kingdoms.
Which the Eastern Kingdoms are. He's referencing the kingdom of, or the Sultanate of Pelagar, which is a desert kingdom. So they tend to have like attire for dust or sandstorms, which are essentially same kind of protective equipment you'd need.
So, I have a question.
Shoot.
Well, this is more of a. I'm not actually good at recovery, like healing from wounds, because that's the only thing I can see that is our issue. That might mean different amounts of potions. If we have a little bit of time, maybe there's work to be done around town that we can use to scrape up some coin, or we could speak to Ryan. I mean, he seems to have certain influences.
Well, if you need supplies, I did mention I would offer you what I can. But
That's
certainly place
probably
to
going to need to be
jobs.
the case. This is more if we find we need extra. I doubt a wagon's going to come cheap, especially if we need to camouflage it.
Anyways, I'll leave you to your discussions. I'm gonna go get some coinage for you guys to help you along your way. Unless
Thank
you have
you.
a question. I'll look towards
First,
you.
I thought you said corn.
I thought he said corn too.
Let me get some corn to help you along your way. It's good. It's full of fiber.
I guess my question is: was my background as a spy? Would I know of anybody in like the resistance that could help us get make it past like uh the fort and all that?
Um, let's see here. You know of someone who is from the town here, although they have
Hmm.
left some time ago to actually join up with resistance. You actually helped them
Hmm.
along the way. Um, you know of them as Terranef Nornorin.
Can I get the spelling?
Yep.
Because I think I should actually take more notes. I've just been it's been a while since I've been a player.
PC Lab. Uh, member of the Rebellion. Actually, since you spy for them, I'll give you the actual name of the order.
Hmm.
Member of the Order of the Everbloom. Known by Ein. I'm just gonna go copy your name for purposes. Oh, you don't have any weird symbols. Okay, cool. Known by Ein through backstory.
Okay.
Yeah. It's possible they could help you, um, but you have not seen them in about, I would say, about a week and a half. They have returned here since they joined, so they're not like gone, but you haven't seen them in about a week and a half.
Okay.
And for purposes of your benefit, I'm gonna go post their handout directly beneath that thingy. Campaigns, Fazia, handouts, Terranath, here we go. And that is their handout, so you know what they look like. Right, well, I'm gonna go get the coin. Whoop!
Appreciated.
Alright, you guys have some time to discuss as you see fit.
Did he go upstairs or down?
He went up. The downstairs is the one up here.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the stairs.
Yeah.
Uh, 156 is just going to quietly kind of walk past, just looking at the books, just not trying to draw attention to herself whatsoever.
Gonna just, keep an eye on her. That's just.
Alright.
I'm just going to kind of give a soft sigh, mostly because they're still trying to process their new reality in the coming weeks.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, where you might not have noticed me at all.
I mean, to be fair, you're kind of been the center of attention for most of the conversation.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can work with this. As the snake approaches her, bye.
Alright.
I don't know
As-
what you thought that would accomplish, and not just alerting the group, but just gave me more reason to scurry off.
Well, as
Except I
you,
can outrun you.
I'm just going to do this. There you go.
Hmm.
That's the second floor. Wait. Is that the second
Sage, I'm looking for the kitchen, so I'm just gonna keep going down.
I feel like I labeled these wrong. Alright, let's see here. I'm just gonna do this. Doop. Doop. So that's the first floor. That's your current floor. Oh, that's why I can't grab anything else. I don't think he actually has a kitchen. Because I think he just conjures his food. Yeah. Anyways, going downstairs, you'd find No, that is his second. That was supposed to be going up, and I'm just a derp. Yeah. Going downstairs, though, you'd find his study hall and then the entry hall once more. Doesn't seem to have any kitchens down there. I'm gonna go make the other ones visible so I can actually select them. Oop.
He doesn't have like a storeroom or anything.
These are his floors.
I figured even if he didn't have a kitchen, he would have somewhere that has reagents and stuff. And really, you know what I'm looking for. So if I can't find it, it's fine. But
Yeah. Does not have what you're looking for downstairs now. Alright. But.
alright, well, she's probably going to be going a while searching. So
Mhm.
the rest of you do with that what you will. Also, does Wary chase her, or
Just making sure you don't go outside.
okay? So yes, you are following her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear God, you're being chased by a snake. Alright. As you are making your way downstairs, you two, eventually, you would see that. I'm just going to do this so I can go for my DM view. Xena would return, carrying a small chest.
Oh, where'd the other two go?
When the whole group collectively goes, "Oh shit!"
What other group?
Garrett and
And
No. What other two? It's they don't
What?
know we exist anymore. We're gone.
They're playing snake and mouse, apparently.
Right, well, let's go to the first floor.
he'll snap his fingers, and you all will transport to the first floor. Wherever you were in the building.
okay, that helps a lot because I don't need to decide if I was gonna fight or flight devil.
Alright.
Oh,
Oh, now that we're back here, you seem to be the most, well-adjusted of the pair.
So, he'll hand you the treasure chest, Garrett.
Of the pair,
the
like there was
bear.
only two to choose from.
Well, you guys were running away, and this one's silent. Because, you know, they're not here right now, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but you brought us all here, so therefore not
Yeah.
a pair anymore.
That's fair.
Mhm.
You're the most well-adjusted. Here you go.
You mean
I'm just going to stare at that comment, then give a small shrug.
I
Hun,
think we
Yeah.
should probably.
No, I'm here.
I think we should probably define well-adjusted. By which standard are we going by?
I would say the, well-adjusted in terms of least likely to spend all the money on things that you guys don't actually need.
That is fair.
That's not wrong.
Although, to be
Excuse
honest,
you.
I feel like you'd spend it properly as well, but,
What? He's not wrong. It's a compliment.
look, they're very straight-laced. I've been to the tavern before.
Fair.
Anyways, that should get you funding for whatever you're needing in town. And don't skimp.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Indeed. Much appreciated.
If you need anything else from me, I do have one other thing that could help you out. It only has limited uses, so use it wisely.
he'll hand this one to Ein. I feel like you'll be able to use this, not them. He'll hand you a stone with a rune upon it. It has 3
I
uses.
will take a look at the stone.
It is a sending stone.
Ah,
Essentially, it's not like a true sending stone where it's literally just whenever you want to activate it, it'll let you communicate freely. This one only has 3 uses, so consider it more like a scroll with 3 uses of sending.
okay.
But I'll let you communicate with me or anyone else you might need communications with whenever or wherever you are at. It is limited to 25 words per communication, but if you're in a pickle, perhaps I can help out.
I see. You wouldn't happen to have a more permanent one of these that I could make use of here, would you?
I'm afraid not. Most of my enchantments have been more of a... the points of the stone. Partial successes. I'm still working on the system.
Unfortunate.
That's kind of why I switched my focus on transportation right now, so...
That's fair.
Well, yes, anything else you might need? I'm happy to push you along wherever you might need to go to make sure that we don't all die.
Not dying is a good thing.
I agree. And it is totally safe! He will point towards, or he'll not point, but he'll look over towards 156 give a big ol' thumbs up. Not to worry, you got this!
I just stare at him and shake my head slowly, for he obviously knows nothing.
The snake will also give you 2 thumbs up.
I'll make sure she's not. I will make sure. I'll make sure she's not eaten.
I will as well.
God, I do not know how I'm gonna function. You know what, Sage? Can I make a major flaw instead of what we were talking about? Because I'm terrified of both the Badlands and the snake. Can I just make a major flaw?
You are free to write up, and we will prove it as we go about it.
Hey, you yourself to blame for being afraid of the snake. That was totally on you.
I am.
Completely on you.
Yeah, yes.
All right. In a more whisper, do you have anything that might help combat fear? She's just going to sort of look this direction and then look back for obvious reasons.
Got a point there. Well, 1 second.
Maybe I can find something at the alchemy shop.
Can I hear you?
Pass perception of 12. I tend to have whispers be a default DC of 15, unless things are rolled. Based upon the distance. So, like, your distance would be about 15. Like, if you're right here, I'd be like, yeah, your passive hears it.
Alright.
But, with distance being, 25 feet, yeah, about 15. Anyways, some time passes before Zeno returns.
Perhaps this.
We'll show you a locket.
Nice. I'm gonna look over locket.
You're about to give me a fucking motivational speech where, as long as you wear this locket, nothing can hurt you and totally expect it to work, aren't you?
You can roll me an Arcana.
No.
If you want to identify
not you,
it.
The dragon. I'm expecting the dragon to do that.
Yeah. No dice.
Alright, it looks mundane. Looks mundane.
Sorry, I'm not really academically trained.
Alright, well, I'll offer it then.
He'll make his way over here. I'll kneel down so he's eye level with you, 156. It seems to be well made. You're not sure if it's magical, though.
Okay.
Alright, listen, little one. I know you're going to a place that's quite dangerous, but you've got this.
She just shakes her head.
Now, if it makes you feel better,
I'll pull out the locket.
this here will protect you. We'll make sure that you're not scared while within that scary place. Or totally fine place. Yeah. You'll be perfectly safe. Not scared.
He's somewhat trying to up himself too. He does think that the amulet has some form of protection, though. He's not lying about that. But he's trying to make sure that you have the courage to put on the locket and say you'll go. Not that he doesn't think that the locket will protect you. But he also doesn't think that the locket will do everything that he's saying it will. Because, I mean, it's not going to protect you from getting attacked by demons.
I'm just gonna stare at the locket, and in doing so, hopefully I can succeed where all else have failed. Nope.
It looks mundane.
Uh, uh,
Thank you. She'll put her hand out.
You will plop the locket in your palm.
I'll put it in my pocket.
Excellent. I mean, you're supposed to wear it, but, alright. I think you're all set now. I have a DM from WoW, actually. 1 second. They have overslept. Their alarm was not enough. It was not powerful enough.
Huh.
Let's see here.
Are they going to join voice?
I messaged them that. We will find out soon. But as he does that, I assume you guys are done with your shoops and whoops and are ready to leave the tower.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Leaving the tower. When do you look inside the treasure chest?
Let's
We
go
should-
back to the tavern first. The inn first. Yeah.
We should probably talk with Ryan as well.
I mean, yes. He's about to lose most of his employees.
Also, he's technically an accomplice.
Oh, actually, I should.
What?
Like this.
What do you think I am?
involved.
At this point, I'm not certain.
That's actually a good thing, but still.
You're not here. Go inside.
Hey, Sage, what is this? Is this supposed to be a barrel of water?
Let me zoom out. What is what? That
Thing
is
that looks like a barrel of water.
Yeah, it's a large tub of water. Think of it like more of like a wash basin for people to actually bathe in. So it is technically a barrel of water, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Would you like to make your merry way to the tavern?
Yep.
So is WoW joining us?
I don't know. They haven't responded.
Yep. Let's make our merry way.
All right. Making your merry way. Do.
One moment. My neighbors are burning waste again, so I'll have to shut my window.
Curses.
Because they are actual jackasses.
You live in the South, Wanderer?
Hmm?
You live in the South?
No, I live it. I'm still on the East Coast, northeast.
It's just something very southern.
No. The problem is I'm living like on the border of the suburbs and the rural area, and my neighbors are the type that whenever there's a national holiday, they'll fire guns and fireworks into the air.
There's
Sounds.
a national holiday?
Isn't it Arbor Day? Or something like that?
Yeah, they're not firing fireworks, but they're burning waste in a barrel again in their yard.
Mm.
So I had my window open for ventilation, but now I'm getting a bunch of waste smoke. So, yeah.
Unfortunate. But yes, you have made your way to the Silver Owl. Seeing as they're have returned to offline mode, I imagine that means they are not joining us. Shall we call the session here, or shall we continue?
I don't really see a
No.
reason to call it
Well,
here.
they're back online again.
They're just all sorts of back and forth.
I mean, I feel like if they didn't show up, we wouldn't even question calling it. So
That's true.
why would it be different just because they showed up? And
Well, it's more of that the enthusiasm, I will say, has somewhat died down. as in like some of the RP have been like, you guys want to do something, and then you guys kind of sit there silent for a couple seconds. So I'm like,
Well,
okay. But
well,
it's,
it's mostly because what comes next is going to be a lot of shopping and prep. So
yeah. I mean, once we get to that point, that's where we can call the session, so you guys can do that mid-session or
yeah,
not inside session.
Oh,
I-
either way, we should speak with Ryan and open that chest, see what we
Yeah.
have to work with.
Yeah.
yeah, and also again, actually, here's a fun thought. Maybe we should ask him to come with us. That's probably not gonna happen.
Kind of seemed like
No,
he
he's
implied
responsible
we're the
for.
only ones that can go.
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
he's responsible for the safe house here, so
We have a wow.
you know.
They have connected to the
Hello.
server, but not quite to the call. All right.
Well,
Yes.
I was kind of hoping he would join the call. Because I was going to say, I'm going to go a quick AFK while you recap him, but I was expecting him to have joined the call by now.
Well, while you guys enter the tavern, you would notice that the 3 guards that Kyrdren spoke to earlier are currently enjoying drinks provided by Kyrdren's pay. Also, you're needing a drink. I'm needing a drink. We can wait for WoW to get in the call while we both get drinks.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, you know. There
be
we
right
go.
back then.
Indeed. Be right back, stream.
Ayo.
I'm gonna get a drink as well. You're back.
I've returned.
Welcome to Returned.
Indeed. It seems we have a WoW now. Hello. You are ungodly quiet. I heard none of that.
It's like someone put a voice modulator with too much wee-wah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Anyways, are you able to hear WoW?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better. I can hear you.
I can hear wow.
Anyways, brief recap. Party did some talking within the cellar, did some talking topside, handled the guards. The guards told the party that they were needing mugs for the way out because there is a public execution going on, and everyone is required to attend. So they handle that. Party then eventually joins, including those who are in disguise, who are in the cellar, as Ryan provided everyone cloaks so you guys can maneuver about the city without too much issue. Essentially, you have a DC 15 disguise check. If you do anything that might break your disguise, it increases to or decreases to DC 10. During the execution, the town's Reich, which is essentially the town's mayor, they claim that this person who is being executed for the crime of crossing the border into the Dying Lands, which is forbidden due to the nature of the beasts within and how they are able to take hold of one's mind, controlling the will of the individual, and perhaps through their own speech, as the person did try to speak out against what the Reich was saying. Person was knocked within the shin, or knocked within the back of the leg, and then gagged so they couldn't speak. He claimed that through their very words they can spread this malady of the mind. Eventually, he gave the order. The woman was hanged. Garrison recognized them as a local trader within the land. Noticed that their brother was within the crowd, and there was a bit of a thing going on with the guards. They're trying to pay the man for the loss, essentially, and he was refusing, claiming that, essentially her reason for being hanged is bullshit because she would never be caught dead crossing the border. Also learned that she was perhaps working with the rebellion, which you guys noticed a symbol of the goddess of essentially what is rebellions within the tavern's cellar upon the secret door's entrance, or upon the secret door's lever to open the secret door's entrance. Yes. You noticed that, or you were told that he was to speak with Ryan if anything were to happen to his sister, and Kyrdren told him to wait some time, so she would, so he would not cause any suspicions or cause any altercations with guards, because he literally just sent guards to go to the tavern. You guys then decided to go on into the mage's tower to speak with the mage of the town, Xenopalamos, who was a dragonborn. You have learned that the sphere that you guys encountered is a shard of the Starstone. The Starstone, for those who are unaware, is a stone said to be able to grant godlike abilities and create deities. The full stone specifically, not shards of it. But more for clarity, the deity Iamade and Caden Kalian are the most well-known deities who have taken this trial, the Starstone, and thus gained godhood. You also learned that whatever these creatures are doing, they're likely trying to break it or gain its power so they can gain the strength for whatever purpose that they might have. It's most likely nefarious, though, due to their nature. Though Xeno did not believe it was going to be particularly on the level of the full strength, so it's not like going to be deityhood. It might just be like supersized strength, so like perhaps from a goblin might gain strength of a troll, or an ogre might gain the strength of a cloud giant, for example, if they completed it, whatever they were trying to do. So that's essentially the big reveal there. You also learn that you guys likely have a month to do this quest, to go and stop the breaking. You also learned that the symbol that's imprinted upon the back of your hand is likely a key to be allowed to go into these places or to enter into the areas that are otherwise locked. Essentially meaning that it's up to the party to do certain things. And you guys were given a treasure chest filled with coin. You do not know how much coin is in the treasure chest yet. You were also given a locket to 156, as well as, that was loud, as well as a map of the world, so you guys can, start marking things down. And I probably missed some things, but that's the brief, relatively, rundown of what happened. But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, there you go. The party is now on their way back to the Silver Owl to speak with Ryan, and then to figure out what is in the box. And 1 second, someone's at my door. Alright, and now I am back. So, you all are back within the Silver Owl. You can see the 3 guards that were offered beer, free drink on them by Garrison, so they would leave the poor man alone. And, yeah, you're free to do as you will. And let me go change the ambience, because we're no longer in execution land. Music. Disconnect. Play.
As we open the door and see that they are still sitting there, do I have time to, like, step back before we're noticed?
You do. I mean, you're also robed.
Yeah, but you see, my concern is three robed figures walking into a bar is
Fair.
going to go draw attention. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, use the back passage since you were told about it anyway.
So I'm
While Ein and Garrett didn't go in and sort of just like, hey, we're back and all that.
Alright.
No, the snake can go in with you. They're fine. They're fine.
Nope.
You have the amulet. You're fine.
I'm gonna be hanging
put
with
it
my
on.
pal Ratkin.
They didn't put the amulet on, so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that amulet's going to be real unfortunate.
It's also magical, by the way. You just have to attune to it, too. So, it's going to be in your pocket for the rest of the game without being touched, is it?
Nope. I can guarantee you that is not the case.
Gonna sell it?
Nope.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, and this is not a surprise to anyone. She is not planning on going with you. She's gonna let y'all go save the world you damn selves. So she's gonna sell the locket and give you the money, or at least attempt to. I assume that plan will be thwarted and you will convince her to go. But as of this moment, the dragon's failed pep talks did not really encourage her.
Yeah, well, the only
Shock.
reason, the
And
only
it's
reason,
a shock that is where he's been keeping an eye on her. I mean, come on.
By the way, I don't plan to make it impossible for you to convince her or anything. I just thought it'd be funny if she tried to sell the locket.
Yes.
Especially because Sage either then has to let it happen, or like one of you has to find a way to stop me, or Sage has to stop me.
I mean, if you sell it, I'm prepared to give you some money.
yeah.
But yes, you guys are at the entrance. For those who are going to the basement, which is this group here, you are able to make your way in through the door, the side house behind the tavern, no problem, and through the secret door, no problem. Funnily enough, the door of the house that has the secret entrance is not locked, so, you guys can just walk in. But,
I mean, isn't it supposed to be like an abandoned shack?
no, it's his shack. It's Ryan's shack.
It's his house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I heard shack and just automatically put abandoned before it.
Maybe. Anyways, for those who are topside, Ryan would give a curious little tilt as you return.
How'd it go? Not too, unfortunate, then?
Yeah.
Will be very sarcastic about the second word.
I see. Well,
Rough day all around.
well, why don't you all get some drinks from downstairs? I think this lot's covered already, but, after seeing that, I can understand if you needed a break. A proper break.
Well, if it was just that wouldn't. The mood wouldn't be as dour. However, when you can, try to slip downstairs also.
Alright.
We need to have a talk.
You'll see
I'm
him
just going to.
pull up a flagon and fill it up.
Hey, look! Flagging on the house! Woof, 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 woof. I'm out here.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, you guys have all returned to each other once more.
All right. So, so, so group leader Garridan, please explain the circumstances. Smile.
Why am I the leader?
Well, you're certainly the face.
Because you're the most responsible, remember?
Yes,
I never remember agreeing to that, but so
you were democratically
Actually,
elected.
no, you did say he is probably right. You kind of did agree. Sorry.
okay, so well, if we don't go do the very thing that just started this hubbub in this town, bad things are about to happen. So we need to not be here.
Yes, that sounds about right.
You need to cross the border?
That would be
Yes,
the long
yes, or
and short of
apparently
it.
an apocalypse will happen. I'm not being paid enough for this.
Oh.
Yes. I has the most deadpan expression at this point.
Also, Ryzen is probably going to be stopping by to visit once things calm down.
Well, that was the one who was caught.
Well, his sister.
Yes. Fuck.
Also,
Yep.
look, listen, team, circle up. Maybe take a knee.
Am I a team?
Well, you wouldn't be coming with, but you are team.
Okay, cool.
Excuse me, it's so snowy outside. It might as well be Russia. We are team.
All right. Nah, just listen. Look, I know what's being asked of us is not pleasant, but I'm gonna make sure we all make it back. All right? It stinks we gotta go there, but as the old saying goes, I don't know any old sayings. But that being said, we wouldn't have been given this job if it weren't a reason, and if we break up together now, they're just gonna pick us off one by one, and then everyone's gonna die. So I need you all to be very brave.
I I am good with being brave. This is normal for me. Let's go.
Well,
Bravery isn't an issue here.
this
Just
isn't-
gonna look at him.
This isn't a normal situation for anyone, but we got out of there as a team, sort of. And yeah, it stinks we have to go back in, but ain't nothing was changing that.
I mean, technically.
I mean, we were also. Sorry, go ahead.
Technically, Ryan pulled us out of there, so he should go.
He wasn't there though.
But, yeah, but
The people who were there have to go.
Well, I don't even know where we're going. Look, if you need to cross the border, I can certainly help with that. But I don't do the Dying Lands.
I prefer not. I prefer not to either.
Fair. Totally fair.
The point is, we're gonna do this because there's people who need us to do it. People who are gonna be scared and afraid and alone otherwise. And I think we've all been down enough roads to know no one deserves to be scared and alone. So we're gonna do this job and we're gonna get everyone home, okay?
Yep.
Okay. What about the tavern? I mean, if I leave it here, people are gonna take it over, and then it'll suddenly be owned by the mayor or the
No,
Reich.
You can stay
Oh,
here.
oh, good, good.
Yeah,
no,
I
you're-
did not want to leave.
You
No,
are the one of us who can stay. The rest have
Please.
to go.
Good,
Yes.
good.
Please stay.
After all, someone has to tell our tale.
That's gonna be us. Because we're all gonna go, and we're all gonna come back.
Yes. And then you can tell it
We're
to
all
me so
going
I
to
can
go-
spread it.
Exactly.
We're all going to save the world.
This dream certainly has doubled or septupled in difficulty, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, give me
Yeah.
1 second. Nope, not a skill check. 15? Why am I not? Why can I not fucking make skill checks? Whatever, I'll roll it personally. So, 1d20. That's 1d10. um.
So just because some goddess vision thing tells you all to go risk your lives and run into certain danger, you're just going to do it blindly. And you, she looks at Garrison, are just gonna give the rest of them platitudes about surviving when you have never been there, when you have no idea what you're up against, and you're just hoping everything is going to be fine. Or you're trying to manipulate us into thinking everything will be fine, which is exactly what the stupid goddess did in the first place.
This is the first time we've ever seen her upset.
Well,
Animated.
Hey now. It doesn't matter who told us what this is going to be, or what we have to do. The point of the matter is, if we don't do it, people are gonna get hurt. But more than that, in the resulting chaos, people are going to be captured, and they're going to be used to do terrible, terrible things. And I prefer that people not be captured to do terrible, terrible things. So, like it or not, no matter who told us to do this, if we don't do it, terrible things will happen.
Terrible
people
things
who-
happen every day. People do terrible things every day. What were you doing to stop that before this, huh? Did you have to be chosen, have a fun little mark upon your hand before you did anything to stop the terrible things that happen to people?
She's
Yeah.
so upset she's shaking.
Yeah. You're
Yes.
not wrong. And I'm trying to make that right.
I
And
am
I want
pretty
you to
sh-
help me because I feel like you understand what it's like to be on the other side.
I am pretty
So-
sure that those gathered here have all tried to do good things for other people.
You don't know anything about those gathered here. That's the problem.
oh, well. Hi, I am Ryan Ripley.
Hello, Ryan.
To be fair, I told you what my deal was back in that place. I'm trying to be better, and I need a teacher, and I think that could be you. So will you stick with us? For the sake of everyone else that was in your position before?
She just looks at you.
Ryan will kind of shuck you up closer to you.
I'll give you many eggs.
That
You know, you might as well be related to that dumb goddess.
And she's gonna walk over here, take an egg, and eat it.
I counted that as the first.
Okay, well then let's open this chest, I guess.
Alright. Opening the
Alright.
chest. It is not locked. It is filled to the brim with coins. For ease, it has 2,000 gold coins inside.
okay.
That's not A small amount.
There you go. Also, Xeno's Locket you've acquired too.
That's a lot of coin.
It, it does seem to be.
I guess the end of the world's a real motivator.
I mean, it's enough to it would be enough to retire for most of us, if the alternative wasn't the world ending.
World
Can't exactly
ending.
retire if the world ends,
He's only
or
trying to.
can't really. There's not much point in sheltering people if there's no place left.
So, what were you saying, Remy?
She mutters about world ending, not even much stronger than a cloud giant. Mutter, 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 mutter.
Cloud giants are pretty world-ending. They can see the future and
Yes, but they exist, and the world exists.
they exist because you can reason with them. Imagine something like that you can't reason with.
Mutter. Eats egg. Mutter.
Also, one thing tends to lead to another, and if this thing is a shard, that means there are other shards. And if one finds one shard, one might be motivated to find other shards to increase and increase.
Mutter. Eats second egg because Snake has point and fuck that.
Well,
By the way, I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't expect to roll so shit on that will save.
You know.
maybe we should all try and... What the hell time of day is it?
It's about midday. Specifically, it is, at this point, I'd say about 1 p.m.-ish.
Maybe we should all try to collect our thoughts and think about what we should get for the trip.
Oh, yeah, about that. If you need any way south, I have some methods to get you there. I also need to know how you're traveling.
Do you have a way to get a wagon past the wall border?
If you have a
Not wall.
wagon.
We could have a wagon.
We're likely buying a wagon.
Look, all it
Oh,
takes
it's
is a
what-
bit of coins and a word here, word there. The gods will let you pass, so.
Even with them being reinforced.
Even with this crackdown on things.
Let's just say that, it's a lot of show. And the guards on the southern border are more of there just to show a force, not actually prevent people from traveling.
Well, that human sure got caught.
Oh, they didn't get caught crossing the border. I can assure you of that.
No, they were likely executed for other reasons.
Well, if they're anything like... Anyways. Yes, other reasons.
You'll blink 3 times.
I'm gonna get a drink. I feel like I need drinks. You guys need drinks?
I could do with this drink.
Excellent.
Hmm.
One of those mushrooms.
Oh. I suppose I should at least take a step towards coming clean.
Oh gods, what?
You said earlier that There was a point brought up that none of us really know each other. Yes, despite despite what the fates have decided for us at this point.
Oh, I thought this was going to be some world revelation, world shattering secret.
Oh no, I steal human souls and then eat them.
That's
No, I
that's a
don't.
joke.
Well, Garriden's really the only one that has to worry.
I have a soul.
She. I'm well, however, reach a hand up to her hair and sort of like tussle with it a bit, and then I don't actually have art for this right now. Notably, fox-like ears will pop out there, and her eyes will change a bit.
Huh.
I'm not human. Smile.
Huh. Well, uh, wasn't what I would have guessed, but not bad.
Holy shit, you have ears!
I showed you them before.
Oh yeah, I forget.
I mean, most of
Every
us have
time.
ears.
Every time it gets me.
Excuse me, I'm an owl, not an elephant. I forget things.
Is your basic assumption that nobody has ears unless you can see them?
Yes.
Squint.
That's
I mean, you don't have ears.
Also, she'll sort of make the ears go away. She'll tap. Then she will tap her foot against like the stone, and a few sparks come out, and maybe a few stray flames. Things I touch may spontaneously combust occasionally.
While you're doing that,
Oh.
Ryan's going to kneel down next to 156. Left hand still has the tray in hand with the drinks, but they'll whisper,
Hey, listen. I know it's pretty scary over there, but if you ever need any help, and you see someone with a rose, let them know I'm a friend, and you're a friend, and you can show them this.
and he'll hand you a small metal symbol.
She will take it with her free hand. And she will nod to him, thankfully. And she still just looks very sad and ashamed, but she is thankful.
All right, I've got drinks for everyone. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, all
Ah,
right.
yes.
She
Drinks.
is actually just going to take a long drink.
By the way, if you hadn't realized till now, I am a snake.
No.
Yes.
I never would have guessed.
He says, looking at your snake tail, which he told you to cover up.
I just
No.
felt after the ear thing, I had to make that plainly obvious.
I mean, I can see the
No.
tail. I just can't see ears. Oh, I can see one of your ears. It's poking out.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I saw you were a raptor, okay?
I mean, I can raptor around people.
He is not clever.
Sure. Start with him.
Yeah, wait a minute. Do we even know his name yet?
No.
Flint?
I don't think so.
I still think you guys didn't actually do that because you did most people, and then the combat happened because of the noise, and then you guys never introduced each other again. Like you tried and it just didn't happen.
No, we did.
You did.
We
You did succeed?
we tried, but then I believe
The guards came in, I believe.
Well, no, Ein was next, and
I
Yeah.
was next, and then I interrupted her by screaming. But I know I introduced myself after
But-
that, so.
but after that, Ein actually introduced herself and was like kind of obscure about actually introducing herself.
Yes, because she's a spy.
So we never got past Ein introducing herself either.
Yeah, we did because I introduced myself.
No, but Ein introduced after you, I believe. No? Oh.
Speaking of which, I will actually say something with regards to that. By the way, if it seems like I've been secretive, that's because my other job, aside from this, is to make sure people like you are safe in this country.
It's true.
And also, because technically I'm also undesirable.
Oh, and
I mean,
quick thing. Don't show that to any Vassian guards. Okay, good talk. Alright, carry on.
Okay.
I don't really have anything earth-shattering to reveal.
Maybe
I'm pretty straightforward. I go up, I hit things. I am just trying to find my place in the world, literally. It's family dead, tribe dead. Just me.
Oh, my condolences.
I'm cursed by some draconic nonsense, I guess. I still don't know why. We'll leave it at that.
And I was half expecting to die in some ditch somewhere, so yeah, this is sort of an up for me.
You get
I
to
mean,
be a hero.
You could still end up dead in a ditch somewhere. Just you're ending up doing the right thing.
I don't think anyone really gets to be a hero.
I mean, my... Change of subject. Who are you? Stare.
Stare.
Alright,
Also stairs.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Just
hello.
to make
Yes.
sure.
Now we
Okay,
can.
hi. Well, for now you can call me Flint. I am from the Feywild. Obviously far from here.
Great, we're like very distant cousins. Fantastic.
Flint is a very odd name for someone who primarily seems to be made of plant matter.
Maybe that's because he's flammable.
Maybe he got it for a steal.
I could poke him and see if he catches fire.
I would rather you not.
I can heal you afterwards.
apparently.
That
That was a
still
joke,
doesn't
by the way.
seem...
That was a joke.
Well, you don't seem to be a fan of jokes, so I didn't expect one.
I only like them when I make them.
When you make them, okay.
That does not seem fair.
I'm not a very fair person.
Neither am I.
Good. We have
Yes.
something in common.
There's some
I
weird
like to
tension
think
going
I'm
between
fair.
those two.
Also, boss,
Yeah, but I didn't say anything.
Do you know
What
where- do you know where I left my smoke pipe?
Probably on the counter up top.
Oh, alright. I'll get that later.
Right.
I'm gonna-
I mean, you
I'm
gotta go
going to
spend
need a
some
long
fat
grab.
stacks of coins, don't you?
Yes.
Hmm.
And then potentially drown my sorrows.
Well, I have a bucket when you need it.
Thank you.
If you're smoking, is that drowning your sorrows?
Well, that's
Um,
after the smoke.
Before we go spending our coin, perhaps we should know about how much coin it would take to get safe passage to the, place we're going.
And
That
out.
help?
Out is also important.
Well,
Yes, returning would be important too.
yes. About that, I do need to confirm if you're taking a vehicle down south or not. That'll determine the price.
Alright. Does anybody think they can carry all of our luggage for the entire journey of... How long will it take to get there?
Well, you have a map. You can roll me a nature check to find out.
I have cartographer's proficiency.
That is a better
Uh,
roll to use.
War
I
is
will-
gonna just pull out a die and roll it.
I is going to come over here and tap Garrett on the shoulder with guidance. Because fuck as if she knows anything about maps. She has 8 for int, despite her appearance.
All right. Apparently, I don't know anything about maps either because I got an 8.
Roll an extra 1d4.
That is an
Oh, no,
extra
wait.
1d4.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean the
What
map.
are we rolling for?
It says
We're trying to
nature
figure
or
how long it would
cartography.
take to get there.
Ugh, okay, what are we rolling?
Nature or cartography.
I guess I'll roll nature? Question?
Well, you've
I-
provided.
I
You did
I
not
gave
help. You gave
guidance.
guidance. Okay, so you can still roll then.
Yeah.
Do I get any sort of advantage or no?
You have lore for what again?
I have lore for the Badlands, and I don't remember what else.
Okay.
I also do have lore for geography, but it is for Vazia.
Gotcha. So that wouldn't benefit for you. Your lore does benefit you 156, but it does not actually give you an advantage. It just adjusts the DC. So with a 10, that actually hits the DC adjusted. Because the DC was 15 minus 5 because of lore. Let's see here. Looking at that distance-wise, you know the number, which means you'd be looking at. What is the slowest person's movement speed? 25?
20?
20. I see.
I am I am literally disabled.
Well,
What the fuck is with these characters?
assuming
Like,
you're going to be getting a cart, which will help with this.
Yeah, that was also factored into my
Yeah.
my thinking.
So, getting the wagon, you're basically looking at the horse's speed rather than your own speed as a party. So instead of 20, you're looking at about 60. So, and you're on a road, which is specifically, I believe that one's actually a highway. Yeah, that's a highway, so you have exceedingly good travel. You would be looking at about 13 hours travel to get to Cadus. Assuming you don't have any stops along the way or anything like that that might limit what you're doing. So, to be clear, that is 13 hours of travel, of like just straight travel. It's possible you will have to rest along the way, because anyone who's driven like 12 hours knows that they generally want to take a break at some point within that and take a nap, or at least something like that.
I mean, just have the elf drive.
But yes, 13 hours total to get to the place.
13 hours total. Okay.
Assuming
actually-
you're on a horse, drawn carriage.
And if we were on foot, it would take.
If you're on foot, you would take 39 hours and a half.
Okay, yeah, so we're taking the cart.
I mean, almost 2 days versus
I've been muted. God damn it.
you have.
So as you guys try to read the map and just fail, she's gonna cut in.
About a half day if we get a cart.
She looks to Ein.
A bit over a day and a half. If we don't, that's assuming we stick to the roads and don't have to leave them.
Right, we're taking a cart.
Right, well, in that case, I'll need 100 gold for the passage.
Guessing we just got paid, huh?
Is that 100 gold each way or both ways?
200 gold then.
Okay.
Okay, 200
we
so
don't
we can
have
get back.
to come back with the cart.
I am not walking back.
Well, no, but I mean, we can leave it like 5 miles out. I thought you were also sneaky and smart.
If
It's
we
actually
leave
not.
it,
She has 8 int.
if we leave it 5 miles out, we are leaving it behind. We can't bring it with us, and then
No,
we're carrying everything.
When we come back,
She throws her hands up.
Hey, looks like your team needs you.
I hate you all.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished was incompetence and guilt tripping.
And egg bribes.
That
Yes,
didn't help.
That didn't help.
I'm good.
No, that did help.
Oh, excellent.
I'm just gonna
I
give
mean,
her.
honestly, the failed fucking will save helped a lot. All I had to do was beat a 10 to keep her composure and not yell at you.
I'm
and,
just.
I
I was just gonna pat her on the head. All right.
Well, 200 gold and I get that all squared away.
So we have 1,800 about to spend on other things. I did not count. It looks like a lot. I'm gonna guesstimate here.
Now, how many caltrops can we buy with that?
I just look.
How much therapy can I buy with that?
I just look at
Not
Ryan
enough.
and be like, really? Really? You're not helping the situation?
200 gold is a lot.
I know, but I'm trying to convince them we don't need to bring the cart back. And he's like, so, 200 gold? It's fine.
Well, honestly,
the cost...
if you buy the trip there with the cart and you don't buy the trip back with the cart, that might get suspicious.
Yeah.
Also,
Guards who are
That-
already letting us pass because we bribed them?
also, there's more. There's also more likelihood that we will have more stuff coming back than we had going in.
I don't know why it's of a discussion. We're coming back.
I think the point is you don't have to worry about border crossings on the way back as much.
.156 just takes a long sip of her drink and lets you give over 200 gold.
Yeah, make it happen.
Keep in mind, money has no concept to her, which you all found out earlier when she tried to, pay, 5 gold for 3 eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So, 200 gold could be a shit ton of money to her. Or not. You don't know.
All right,
She doesn't know.
I'm gonna go make it happen.
you're in charge of the tavern. She'll point at Ein. While I'm gone. Had to clarify.
Okay. Well then. I suppose I should go up and stand there for a while. Can I trust all of you to get the shopping done?
I can do that. Yes.
Yes. Alright. I will jot down a small shopping list of stuff like the usual adventuring stuff, like, the caltrops, smoke sticks, torches, and all that. And also ask for 50 gold should be reserved for medicinal herbs, quote unquote.
So I'm buying you drugs.
Are you reserving money?
Therapy.
You know what? Fine.
Or you could just go upstairs and talk to your very drunk guards. I mean, if you can't make tips off of them, that's a you problem.
We will also need spices,
Why will we need spices?
because you cannot do travel without proper spices for foods.
Oh yeah.
You don't know what sort of spices you'll find in the lands.
Buy salt at least. Salt preserves things.
Why don't we just buy preserved food?
I suppose if you want to go flavorless, you could.
I'm not exactly worried about my palate.
Just buy the usual cooking supplies. The bundle.
Do we
They'll
have
probably
anyone
have
that
that.
knows how to cook?
Yes, I am a cook.
There
Oh.
you go.
There you go.
Huh. That's even more
Oh.
surprising than the snake thing.
I mean, he looks like he does sample a lot of different. I almost stop and briefly look at 156 and then quickly look away. Back at the snake person cuisine. So,
Actually, that is one of the reasons I travel, is to find more recipes.
nice.
So basically, you're on a road trip around the continent to find the world's best recipes and avenge your parents' death.
No, I have no clue what killed my parents.
I'd be happy to kill my parents.
What?
Long story.
I have
As
questions.
you guys just talk about parents, she just looks very sad for a second and then drinks. Which you may or may not notice, because it's a very, like, she's not drawing attention to herself.
Either way, uh, let's let's make preparations. When I can, I'll come and join you.
Yeah. Do what you have to do.
Also, Plantman.
Plantman.
I'm sorry, what'd you call me?
Plantman.
Distant cousin. Smile. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, I can just go with him, I imagine.
Unless we want to postpone the shopping for a little bit later, you would need to be careful. If someone manages to get a glimpse of what's under your robe, we might be in some trouble.
I do have a makeup set upstairs.
I mean this in the kindest way possible, but I am uncertain if makeup will help much.
I make disguises.
You're not an on fire plant person.
I don't think he's on fire, but
He's very fiery.
Believe me, I've had high worse.
oh, yeah, okay. I'll take your word for it.
Are you blonde now, by the way? Did that ever happen?
No, we didn't go upstairs to get the wig.
Huh.
Technically... Actually, hold on. No, that hasn't happened yet. That does remind me, I should try to go get your wig. One moment. She's going to hobble back upstairs.
All right. As you hobble back upstairs, you can see that a few more people have entered the tavern at this point in time. Some peasants and the like, not worthy of tokens. But yeah, the guards are still there. They're still drinking from the flagon that was given to them.
Yeah.
Ryan is not there.
Yeah, and then she'll check to see if everybody's attended to. Probably do a quick round, then head to the room to get the disguise kit,
Excellent.
and then go back down. Not sure how long that'll take though.
All right. Well, at this point, since you guys are making your plans, you have acquired your 2 passes, which I'll add to your item lab. You're essentially now making plans for the future. I will call the session here. You are free to discuss any items you're wanting to purchase or anything like that. Use the equipment guide. The stores here are at market value, so you don't have to worry about like what's the actual prices or anything like that. If you're trying to buy mundane equipment, especially things like caltrops or the like, take the prices from the PFSRD from Pathfinder, as those tend to have a greater range of mundane equipment options rather compared to 5e's mundane options.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, potions and food supplies and things like that should all be listed in the equipment guide as well. They do not have a scroll cellar, at least nothing beyond first level.
So what you're telling is we can buy a bunch of bless scrolls.
Not a bunch. Basically,
Okay.
you guys can put what you want to buy, and I'll tell you how much you can buy if it's of a magical nature. If it's mundane, obviously there is limits, but it's not like you can only buy 4 of these.
Okay.
So, yeah. There is
I'm
a temple
buying
here, so
scrolls.
you guys are able to get some divine stuff as well if you need it. But you guys are free to do the shoops and the whoops. There is a wainwright here, as well as a stable, so you're free to purchase horses for your wagon, as well as the wagon itself, all that good stuff. Otherwise, hope you all had fun. We'll see you guys not next week, not the week after that, because I'll be going camping. I imagine we'll be going back to mine after return of camping, so probably the week after.
Okay.
Okie doke. Sounds
So-
good.
Alright.
Sounds good.
Indeed.
That was fun. I've got a better feel for my character now,
Yeah.
even if they're for some reason also sassy and very sarcastic.
Anyways, hope you had fun.
Hey,
Shane.
Sage.
Yeah?
During the down shopping time, can I look over the amulet again and make a, like, take a 10 or a 20 or however that works?
Well, taking 10s don't actually work, but I will allow you to roll again, since you have more time to study it.
Okay, can I roll that real quick?
Yeah. I'll roll that before I stop the stream, so. 19,
There we go.
haha! Alright, excellent. That amulet gives you advantage on saves against fear.
Okay, cool.
You have to be attuned to it, but yeah.
I mean, that's still pretty good, honestly.
Indeed,
For a
especially
level
since I have expanded fear in from base 5e. Anyways, a goodbye stream.
Goodbye.